Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises and glories due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone. Much honors and respect, love and respect. And salutations to all the Yakim all around the world that's pushing this word diligently and faithfully in the truth. And Shalom to the few sisters listening in silence, to the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. So I got an article here, talking about the US dollar. The headline reads, what it would take for the US dollar to collapse. And quite frankly, it's already collapsing, because ultimately the US dollar is not backed by gold or silver. Once upon a time, the US dollar was backed by gold and silver. You can actually trade in, the FRNs, for some gold, or for some silver. But throughout time, the powers that be, they removed, the gold standard and the silver standard from the US dollar. They removed it. Which was all done by design anyway, to really steal the the real wealth of the people. Because at the end of the day, with these elites, it's all about total control. It's all about control. This is why there's a transitioning that's going on right now. And more and more people are using less cash. It's all done digitally now, by way of your debit card, and these things, So all these digital these digital terminals or whatever that's at these grocery stores, more and more people are using those means of transaction. There's really less cash activity, because what's happening now is a transition, and where the US dollar is gonna be obsolete, and it's gonna be digital. It's gonna be a digital currency. Things are gonna be done digitally. So this is where the transaction is taking place, because it's all moving to one thing. And this is what we've been saying for many years now, for many moons, from the head apostles of GMS on down. We've been saying this for many moons now, that that this transitioning, is going to transition into, the US dollar is going to transition into the MOTB, the Karagma. So this is what we're moving into. We've been saying this, for many moons now. Way before, you can use your phone. You can literally use your phone, for transactions, You could use your phone. All you got to do is just tap, and you can literally use your phone. You can connect your debit card with your phone now. You can merge your debit card with your phone, So all you got to do is just tap, and then you're good to go. And this is quickly moving to the Karagma. So this is what it's taken for the US dollar to collapse, okay? Technology. RFID technology. Okay, so let's get into the article, then I'm gonna get some scriptures. It says, imagine waking up to a world where the US dollar, the bedrock of global finance, has collapsed. This scenario seems far-fetched, but but it's a narrative often found on dubious platforms pushing gold, crypto, and extremist political views. And it's occasionally creeps into mainstream Discord. The greenback had the greenback has always had an external foes during the long period of its dominance for the communist blocked and anti colonialists to on contemporary advisors like China, Russia, and other emerging powers. Meaning, critics argue that monitoring inflation, the rise U.S. federal deflect of government's entitlements could bring down the U.S. dollar's dominance from within. So this is what they're really doing, okay? Because, I'm going back 2010, around 2010 to 2011, the chairman at the time, Ben Bernanke, he made a statement saying that, the U.S. dollar is unsustainable, And he said this back then, when he was chairman of the Federal Reserve. He finally came out and said, and told the truth and told it like it is, that this U.S. dollar is unsustainable. And right now, if he said this back then, going back, 12, 13 years ago, how much more now? And we're already seeing the effects of this U.S. dollar already, because, prices are going up. Like you go in your grocery stores, you know what I'm saying? Like milk is expensive. All these things that we, purchase, these things are now expensive now. Things are going up, and that's due to inflation. All right, because the money is not as strong as it was back then. All right, because this U.S. dollar is backed by debt. It's not backed by real money like gold and silver. Here it is. This country alone is 34 trillion in debt. And there's no way that money is going to be paid back. There's just no way. No way, Jose. So what's going to come? What's going to be the collateral? Again, the collateral is going to be the people. The collateral is going to be, okay, introducing the MOTB, the charagma. All right, that's going to be the collateral. All right, because this dollar is on its way out. And they're already doing test runs already, going back, last week. When people, had this, couldn't get their money out, there was a global, shutdown, Well, they said it was a glitch, but it was nothing but a test run at the end of the day. That's all it was, just a test run. So the money that you're holding in your hands, it's not, it's about to become useless in the near future, because because the powers that be is going to drop this dollar like a bad habit. All right, they already talked about killing the dollar. They already said this years ago. They said let's kill the dollar, and this is exactly what they're doing. All right, going back to that movie I Am Legend, when Will Smith, The elders, they brought it out, you know, in one of the past sit downs that they did, you know, they brought it out where, Will Smith, he walked through a building, in the movie I Am Legend, and he seen a bunch of, Federal Reserve notes on the floor, you know, and, they weren't worth anything, you know. They were just paper that you could just use to just wipe your ass with at the end of the day. That's how worthless those that's how worthless it was, in that movie. It wasn't worth anything. Because eventually these FRNs that we're using are eventually going to be done away with, and that's what we're moving forward to. Where these Federal Reserve notes is about to be done away with. Okay. Because all it is nothing but debt, you know. And this balloon that they're inflating is gonna pop because it's nothing but inflation, eventually it's gonna pop because they keep pumping more air into that balloon. When you keep pumping more air into the balloon, eventually the pressure, the pressure of the air, that's being pumped in that balloon is gonna pop because it's too much pressure, and that's what they're doing, with this Federal Reserve note. They keep pumping more money into the system, and it's only inflating the money. It's only devouring the money that's already existing. That's an analogy of you putting too much air in that balloon. You keep putting too much air in that balloon. Eventually the balloon is gonna pop because it can't sustain it. The amount of air that's being pumped into that balloon is unsustainable for that balloon to stay intact. Too much pressure, so eventually it's gonna pop, just like this Federal Reserve note. It's gonna pop. But you see most of our people, and most of the people out here, they have no clue. They don't have a clue what's going on. They have no idea that the money that they're using is being inflated. It's being devoured by the day, and it's about to become useless. So that's when Esau's gonna have these people by the balls. All right. Esau, he's gonna have these people by the balls. He's gonna have these people by the balls because they have no clue what's going on. So they're gonna immediately, like the sheeple that they are, they're gonna immediately accept this charagma that Esau's gonna present to them. They're gonna immediately accept it because they're not educated. They don't know what the hell is going on. But enough of that. Let me just get into the scriptures here. So this is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 10, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass in the day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." So the fish gate represents, commerce, business back then. That's where people did their transaction, they did their business. But you could apply that now to the modern day fish gate. It will be Wall Street, will be, the Federal Reserve. So right now there's a crying going on right now because right now, things are going up. Things are getting more expensive by the day. You got these Edomites, losing it, crying, saying that they can't afford, basic necessities, because everything is expensive. Why is everything so expensive? Because of the money. That's why. Because the money is backed by debt. You know, the money is not backed by tangible gold and silver. You know, you have people, these economic financial gurus like Peter Schiff. What's the other guy's name? Mark Farber. You know, who's the other guy that's been warning about these financial catastrophes that's going to take place in the future. You know, there was many other. There was there was some others, but I just don't really know them. Forgot their names. But people like them were warning about the situation. Was warning about this U.S. dollar. That this thing is gonna be inflated. Oh yeah, Gerard Adams. you know, people like them that was warning about hyperinflation is gonna taking place. You know, and it's now we're seeing it. Now the people are seeing. Now that people are feeling the squeeze of this inflation, of this catastrophe that these people been warning about for years. And ultimately, we as men of the Lord, from the head apostles of GMS on down, we've been saying this. We've been teaching this for years. All right. Great Millstone is the only camp out there that's been teaching this. All right, that's been teaching about the economic, collapse. Been teaching about, they're gonna implement this charagma. All right, that's gonna be the new way of living. All right. Great Millstone is the only camp that's been teaching it, and the affiliates. All right, we're the only ones that's been teaching about this. Okay. And now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing the transition and taking place right before our eyes, Because ultimately this US dollar is on life support right now. Which, Esau Edom, he could pull the plug on this dollar at any given time. Because the technology for this charagma is already in place already. Okay. So it's only a matter of time. Okay. So we've been warning about this. Okay. So verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they that bear silver are cut off. So this is what's going to take place. All the merchant people are cut off. People are about to be cut off. Because this US dollar is not going to be worth anything. It's not going to be worth anything anymore. All right. So this US dollar is about to be obsolete. This US dollar is about to become useless. And this is what we've been warning. All right, we've been telling you. It's here. All we've been saying for these past years, for many moons now, is now here. Okay? Now you're seeing it. Okay, so the balloon is about to pop, all right? All right, the balloon is about to pop. And it's going to pop real soon. So get ready. So that's all I'm going to say right now. Giving all praises and glories due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakwakadash, Shalom.